Well, I want to, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Andy Keller, and some of you may know that I started a company called Chico Bag, but you may, thank you, woo! But that's not why I'm here. What you may not know about me is 6 years ago, I went to my local landfill, and in front of me stood a huge mountain of trash, what my town of Chico, California, threw away in just one day. And it was a huge pile of trash, and visually what stuck out to me were all the plastic bags. There were thousands of plastic bags, and it was disgusting. It got me in my gut, and I was just looking at it going, this is where Away is. You know that place that you put, that things go when you put them on your curb in your trash can? I was at that place called Away, and it just struck me. I'm like, oh my God, they don't go away. They were blown around, they were caught on fences, birds were pecking at them. And it was at that moment that I decided, I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop using plastic bags, because I was a plastic bag user myself. And I think probably we all were at one point, or most of us. So I know most of the people in this crowd have probably kicked their bag habit or are getting close to it, and I applaud you for that. That's awesome, Bag Monsters. That's awesome. The reason why we're out here today, though, is to tell everyone else about all the waste that we're creating and to get them to see it, to embrace it, to feel it in their heart, and to make a change. And I've always found that to be difficult. And just a little history, I didn't know how to do that, and I used to carry around a pile of bags with me that represented what the average American used in a year, and I'd show people. And that kind of got a reaction. People understood a little bit. They're like, oh, okay, well, that's a lot of bags. I probably use more, or, oh, I don't use that many. But then I threw it on myself, and I ran around with it. And then I got a reaction, and people were like, oh, look at that. And that was when the Bag Monster was born. And so since then, I've been sending out these Bag Monster costumes all over the country, 1, 2, or 3, or 5 at a time to different environmentalists or activists or people just like you who want to raise awareness. And they've used these tools to help raise awareness and make a big difference. So this is the first time that all 100 Bag Monsters have come together. Look around, Bag Monsters. You're looking at, as you know, what the average American uses in their lifetime. It's 45,000 bags. Isn't that amazing? Disgusting. Come on, Bag Monsters, isn't that gross? Oh, that's disgusting. And each one of you represents what the average American uses in a year, and that's disgusting. That is so hot. Oh my gosh, I'm going to pass out. So I want to introduce some people. You're all highly involved in this. Some of you more than others. I really appreciate this. If this is your first time being involved in this movement, I hope this is a launching pad where you will help get single-use bags out of our life. We're very fortunate to have very dedicated people here today, and I want to thank you all for coming out. I'd like to introduce some people that have come out in support, some people that have been dedicating their lives to this cause of ridding the world of single-use plastics. The first person I'd like to introduce is Lisa Boyle from the Plastic Pollution Coalition. And she's going to say, hi Lisa, thanks for coming out. Lisa's going to tell you some more information, which is very valuable. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right. Welcome, Bag Monster Reunion. Is there such thing as a free plastic bag? No! There are no free plastic bags. Plastic bags cost taxpayers millions and millions of dollars every year in cleanup costs. They're not free. When you go to the grocery store, the cost of the plastic bag is buried in the price of your groceries. Plastic bags are not free. We are suffering here in California. We're suffering economically and we're suffering environmentally. It's time to get rid of this costly plague to California. In California alone, we use 19 billion plastic bags a year. It's costing us $25 million to clean up that trash. It clogs our storm drains, it litters our parks, and it blows to the ocean. Plastic bags are called urban tumbleweeds because they blow everywhere. When they get to the ocean, they are mock jellyfish. We don't need mock jellyfish and urban tumbleweeds. Let's get rid of plastic bags, bring your own, and be part of the solution. We need to pass AB 1998 in the state of California, and you bring reusables. That's the solution. Get rid of plastic waste.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. I'd like to next introduce Adam. Thank you, Adam, for coming out. Adam is from Surfrider Foundation, awesome organization.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for coming out. Thanks for this great showing of all these young people and everybody really rallying around this. My name is Adam. I represent the San Francisco chapter of the Surfrider Foundation. The Surfrider Foundation is a California-based nonprofit organization with members all over the world, and we're dedicated to protecting the world's oceans, waves, and beaches for all people through conservation, activism, research, and education. Today I'm here to talk about Assembly Bill 1998. I want to give you a little bit of the details of it. We have a little bit of competition here. AB 1998 is a groundbreaking legislation that would put California at the forefront of addressing the marine debris and plastics problem by banning single-use plastic bags at large grocery stores, convenience stores, and pharmacies beginning in January 1st, 2012. The bill was introduced by Julia Brownlee, Assembly member from Santa Monica, and has already passed through the Assembly with a positive vote. This bill fits in line with the Ocean Protection Council's legislative recommendations on marine debris and plastics and the Coastal Commission's public education program on marine debris that recommends that Californians use less stuff. We need to start using less stuff to help address the problem of marine debris and plastics. This bill addresses the fact that last year, during the Coastal Cleanup Day, 70,000 plastic bags were found on one day on California's beaches. This is an astounding number of plastic bags found in just one single day. If that's how many bags are found in our beaches in one day, just imagine how many have already blown into our oceans and are now found in the Pacific Gyre and in the area that we're calling the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. As mentioned, Californians consume over 19 billion plastic bags a year, and they're made from approximately 8 billion barrels of oil. We're in a crisis right now. We need to do something. The Surfrider Foundation has done our part by giving presentations to over 20,000 people on the dangers of plastic pollution just in this past year. And we're suggesting that reusable carry-out bags is part of the solution. And this is part of our Rise Above Plastics campaign. I just want to give a couple more facts about the bill so that everybody is well informed about it and we can really put our forces together to help get this bill passed. We need the AB 1998 to create a uniform policy throughout the state that stops single-use plastic bag pollution once and for all. Right now we have a sort of Swiss cheese effect in that a number of municipalities have ordinances that make it, but when they're all disconnected like this, it makes it very difficult for businesses and consumers, and it's an inefficient way to reduce the proliferation of plastic bags throughout California. Cities are already moving to ban the plastic bag in California, in the United States, and in the world. As a matter of fact, bans have been passed in Fairfax, Malibu, Palo Alto, and San Francisco. Los Angeles County, San Jose, Santa Monica, Berkeley, and Marin are all working on ordinances to ban plastic bags. And in fact, Rajasthan, India, I just read this online yesterday, just banned the plastic bag, the single-use plastic bag, because it was clogging up their water systems and littering their environment. If they can do it, we can do it. And all of China as well. Yeah, there's a lot of movement worldwide to ban this plastic bag. The time is here for us to take action. We don't want our children and our grandchildren to look back on our generation or our parents' generation and shake their heads in disgust because of what we did to this planet. Instead, we want them to thank us for taking the right steps at the right time to stop the damaging behaviors to which we have all become accustomed. I highly urge you to take the Rise Above Plastics pledge to stop using single-use plastic bags and reusable bags instead. And use reusable bags instead. Use refillable water bottles instead of buying single-use plastic water bottles. Buy products with the least amount of plastic packaging. Be a smart consumer. Recycle all the plastics you have. At this point in time, unfortunately, it's impossible to not consume plastic. But when you do, make sure you recycle it. And pick up at least one piece of litter off the ground each and every day. I'd like to just say that the Surfrider Foundation supports the passage of AB 1998 to stop the consumption of single-use plastic bags in the state of California, and we're really proud to be partnering and part of this coalition with all these other amazing institutions. So please contact your senator and tell him or her to vote in favor of AB 1998. Thanks so much, and keep up the fantastic work.
Yeah!